Hey, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Katie.
You're listening to Not-Stalgia, introducing, for the first time anywhere, Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein.
Mrs. Victor Frankenstein's monster. If anyone ever referred to me as Mrs. Tyler, insert last name, I would barf upon their shoes.
Kate, have you ever seen The Bride of Frankenstein?
I have not. I've seen A Bride of Frankenstein. Great Halloween costume, kind of fun.
You know what she looks like.
Yeah, she's got like cool standy up hair. She's got a cool white streak in it.
Do you know what her hair's inspired by? Her look?
A troll doll?
No, probably the other way around there on that one.
Yeah.
When I heard this, I was like, oh, of course, but I didn't know either. Nefertiti.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Makes a lot of sense when you see it. You're like, oh, yeah.
Not-Stalgia Podcast loves a powerful woman. So I stan both The Bride of Frankenstein and Nefertiti.
Well, Kate.
And Jane Fonda. Guys, go listen to the Fresh Air interview with her.
You've been walking around the house all day just going, oh, Jane Fonda. And I'm like, what? Did she die? Your headphones are in. You're listening to Fresh Air. Well, Kate, a couple years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, we spent all of October on this podcast watching the classic Universal monster movies.
Sure did.
But there were too many movies to fit into 1 month, and I had to make some tough decisions. And I know it might seem like not so great that one of the things that I chose not to show you was the only one of these movies where the main character is female. It's much better to say is female than is a female, right?
Yes.
Anytime someone refers to someone as a female or females, it's always bad. But anyway, this is one I really wanted to include, but we were already watching the first Frankenstein, so I'm like, it's just too much Frankenstein. So finally, 2 years later, here we are.
Here we are.
It's been in reserve, and we're ready to watch it. In 1818, Kate.
Hold on. Underneath this, can we put like a little bit of like Who Run the World?
No, because it'll get flagged by Spotify immediately.
Beyonce will kill us with a drone.
Can you give me a little sound-alike version that's not, it's got to be musically different and lyrically different.
Who run the plurg? Girls.
In 1818, Mary Shelley, another girl, wrote...
Oh, girl boss.
And she's not a woman because she was really young when she did it. She was technically still a girl.
Original girl boss.
Mary Shelley, hashtag
before it was
girl
corrupted.
boss.
Before it was corrupted by people selling snake oil.
Slay Queen.
Slay Queen.
She wrote the genre-defying sci-fi gothic horror masterpiece, Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus. We talked about all this in detail in our Frankenstein episode.
Sure did.
It was the result of a cheeky contest she had with her husband, Percy Shelley, as well as Lord Byron. And I don't know if I said this.
What a weird little throuple vacation they were on.
I don't think I said this last time or knew it last time. There was a fourth person in the contest. Lord Byron traveled with a physician because he was like always ill and stuff. So I guess he had his own physician. And the doctor also wrote one of the stories. I don't know anything about the doctor's story. I don't know if it was any good. I don't know. Anyway, the four of them had a little contest while traveling. And of course, Mary Shelley was just an 18-year-old young woman at the time, and she wrote like an absolute masterpiece for their little funny contest.
Just leave it to women. Just doing it all.
When the book gets adapted into the 1931 movie, a big part of the book that isn't included in the movie is the fact that the monster returns to Victor Frankenstein and demands that he create a wife for him. He lays the guilt on. He's like, hey, you made me. I'm this big outcast. I'm a big monster. The least you could do is make a mate for me so that I have somebody. And he threatens to kill Victor's fiance. But at this point in the story, Victor has seen the error of his ways about playing God, and he vowed to never do it again, blah, blah, blah. But none of that's in the movie, right? It just ends with like a fire at a windmill.
Yeah.
Kind of abruptly, like all Universal
Like all
movies.
Universal monster movies. They're like, we've hit the 89th minute, the end.
It basically ends in the middle of someone screaming, like, and the scream gets cut off. So Frankenstein the movie comes out, is a huge hit. Universal wants to make a sequel right away, but the director, James Whale, didn't want to do it. He felt that he had made an amazing film, and he's like, there's nothing else to do with this. Not even the parts from the book that I didn't include. He's like,
nothing.
This is a masterpiece. So he goes off and he directs The Invisible Man, which we also watched that year in 1933. But Universal really wants him to make Frankenstein 2 really bad. They will not leave him alone. They just keep pestering him. So eventually he gives in. And it's like a whole thing where a lot of directors have done this over their careers where he agrees to do it, but they have to fund this movie he really wants to make called One More River. So he goes off and makes that on the condition that he will then make Frankenstein 2.
Okay, second fiddle. I will make Frankenstein.
Yes.
Okay.
So a bunch of different writers take a crack at the script, but Whale didn't like any of them because he really didn't want to do this. So he's just like, no, I don't like it. Eventually, one of these writers gets to the point where they're like, wait, why don't we do that bride thing from the book that's not in the first movie? Also important to note, in the book, the bride is never completed. He like starts working on her, but then he smashes her up before he finishes her. He's like, never mind. Yeah. Right. So this is a very loose adaptation. The fact that we get a bride with that cool hair and she is alive and walks around. So it's based on that idea, but not very strictly, not very faithfully. William Hurlbut Hurlbut? Is that right?
Hurlbut.
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 William Hurlbut
Hurlbut.
is the credited screenwriter, but pun intended, it was a Frankenstein's monster of a script with lots of ideas from all the previous writers who I did not name. Colin Clive returns as Henry Frankenstein. Remember, his name's Henry in the movie. They changed it from Victor.
But why?
I looked that up because I thought you'd ask.
Great job.
I'm trying to anticipate your needs. Universal thought that Victor sounded too foreign to be the hero
I was wondering,
of a movie.
I was wondering.
Yikes.
To like Eastern European.
Okay. They're like, audiences will never think this is the hero. Also, he's not supposed to be a hero, so I don't understand that logic.
Bad guy. He's taken down by his hubris.
Clive, though, was apparently a raging alcoholic and was drunk on set 24/7. His performance is amazing in the first movie, but it makes sense now that you think about it.
Yes, I love nothing more than a chaotic production story. So let's dive in.
He died of tuberculosis at age 37, just 2 years after this movie was made.
I got to tell you, everything is tuberculosis.
Oh boy!
Go ahead and read it. Pretty good.
Was John Green on Fresh Air too?
No,
Not yet. I'm sure he has been. Surely he has been.
I'm
during
sure
his
he has
legendary run of young adult. Okay, Boris Karloff returns as the monster who somehow survived the fire at the end of the first movie, and the Universal Woman in the first movie. Remember that was a little funny thing you were doing
capital
in
U,
those
capital
episodes.
W. Yep.
Henry's fiance in the first movie, she's played by Mae Clark, but in 1933 she got in a car accident that left some scars on her face. I don't know if they were really serious scars or like little scars that Universal just either way they thought she didn't look right, so they replaced her with a new actress, Valerie Hobson. They're like, this is still her, just a different actress. Recast. Elsa Lanchester plays the bride, and this is probably her best known role, but she has been acting since 1925. Ernest Thesiger, Thesiger, also plays a new character in this movie. He's a new actor in this movie, playing a new character, Dr. Pretorius, a character invented for this movie who is Henry's mentor. But this is where things get interesting.
Ooh.
So this movie has a very, not accepted, but a very often discussed gay reading of the themes, particularly the relationship between Henry Frankenstein and Dr. Pretorius, two men creating life without the help of a woman. I don't want to influence your viewing too much, but I couldn't resist telling you this. Like, I was curious if you would have found it on your own, but I'm just going to tell you. The director, James Whale, was openly gay, which is shocking.
That is shocking.
Right? That
Good
was
for James.
Extremely rare, but it was just openly gay at the time.
Maybe bad for James?
One of the only openly gay people from the 30s I've ever heard of. I know there were, I'm sure there were others, but obviously not that common. And all gay artists don't necessarily make gay art, but this is a widely discussed possible reading of the movie. And it premiered on April 20th, 1935 and was well received. It is now regarded as one of the best sequels ever made. Not just monster movies, but it has a lot of accolades and is generally seen as being as good or perhaps better than the original, and it managed to introduce the bride. This is what I think is so impressive. The first Frankenstein movie, absolutely iconic character. They created the iconic visual of him. They do it again here. Like, what are the odds that 2 movies in a row you're able to create 2 absolutely iconic characters? They did it.
Are you giving me a treat? Did I do something good? Are you showing me something that's good?
Yeah, I guess often we don't watch things that are good. Well, you don't know if it's good. Isn't that the whole point? It's going to be up to you to decide if you think it's good. But yes, this...
Widely acclaimed.
Now, hang on. Ren and Stimpy, widely acclaimed.
Yeah, by that perv.
Just because you don't like it. Yeah, I know. Separate the art from the artist. But just because you don't like the things I usually show you doesn't mean they're not, well, heck. Yes, you've been good and you deserve a treat.
Hooray me.
Happy Halloween. I've never seen this either. I think I said that at the beginning. So I'm hyped. You're hyped. And best part of all, you know what's really going to hype you up? It's short.
Yay.
I think it's under an hour and 20 minutes.
Amazing.
This is wine. To drink. 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 Good. Good. We are friends, you and I. Friends. Good. Good. And now for a smoke. No. This is good. Smoke. You try.
Do you think the Universal Picture puttering plane is being made by someone's mouth? I think so.
You're really testing the new
Pop filter?
plugins that I got for Audacity that are filtering things out. It got rid of you doing the sound of, or you know how click-clacking across the yard. I had to go to the old file and copy and paste it into the filtered one. It's annoying. There's no good middle ground.
Here's good old Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley. Love that woman. Directed by James Whale.
Karloff gets a credit this time. He, I believe, had a question mark last time, and now the monster's mate. This poor bride. She's either the bride of Frankenstein, the monster's mate.
I'm confused, though. Why are the three of them in it?
Who?
Mary Shelley, Lord Byron, and Percy Bysshe
Well,
Shelley.
do you notice that Elsa Lanchester, who plays the bride, is playing Mary Shelley in this movie?
Whoa. Look at this little model. It's so cute.
The castle.
Oh, it's a little model of a castle, and it's so cute looking.
I just want to play with some little Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein 12-inch Barbie-sized dolls in that
It literally,
castle.
it's so little. I love a 1930s model. Clearly a model. And then they like switch to the inside of a manor home, you know?
This portrayal of Lord Byron is not what makes people say that this movie is queer-coded. I would just like to point out.
There's Mary Shelley. Very clearly the Bride of Frankenstein. She just Mary Sued herself into there. So confused about the accent on
The
Lord Byron.
Accent. He's really rolling every letter that could possibly be rolled, and some that I've never heard rolled.
It's like Mid-Atlantic meets Scottish, meets like a purring cat.
And he's just like, how did a dumb, plain little girl like you write such a spooky story?
Sprightly novel. Jesus Christ. You know I love a set of regular teeth, too.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Elsa.
She's got normal human teeth. She doesn't have fake
Elsa's little teeth.
veneers. It's a little much that we're hearing a character playing Mary Shelley say what the moral lesson of her book was supposed to be. Perhaps we could decide.
It's a bit much. Now we're doing like a recap here.
Previously on Frankenstein. It's actually kind of amazing because, like, you don't have to have seen it. We need this. It's been 2 years since we watched it.
I forgot when the monster throws Dr. Frankenstein
And it
from
looks like
the
a
mill.
sack of potatoes.
It literally is just like the dummiest looking dummy ever. It's nice to have Mary Shelley narrate this. She's like, hey, let me tell you another spooky story, you dumb boys.
Well, they're like, oh, why did it end so soon? Please make more.
Which is great.
All right where we left off.
Here we are, back at the burning mill. The villagers are all woo-hooing. That man just keeps telling everyone to go to bed.
All right, stop watching the monster burn. Go to bed.
All right, angry mob, go home. All right, so Henry, the dummiest dummy thrown from the top of the mill, has survived, and they have covered him with a little blanket, and they're going to put him in this rickety wagon.
Well, they think he's dead, right?
No, they said he's going to go home to die. Like they know he is almost certainly dead, but gravely injured.
We could speed things up by giving him a rough transit back to his
Yes,
house.
they're going to go on this ruddy little country road, just kind of jostle him a bit and hope that he dies on the way.
That's what you always say. They got to take the head.
Yep.
They all walked away while the monster was still smoldering. They thought he was dead. Here he is,
And
looking
there's
crispy.
Frankenstein, looking a bit burned, but otherwise no worse for wear.
This is like some how Michael Myers survived each Halloween
Oh,
movie
yeah.
level shenanigans.
The monster has drowned Hans, and then he just threw Hans's wife down into the aquifer for no reason.
Well,
I'm confused.
They did all just try to murder him. He's been completely betrayed by society now.
Yes.
You know, where like the idea before is that he doesn't really want to hurt people that much. He accidentally killed the girl because he didn't understand. Now he's on a mission for revenge.
Because like in
Luckily-
the last one, he doesn't really seem like a killer, you know?
No. Luckily, the only witness to him still being alive is that, this is the wording from the time, not my choice, hysterical woman that maybe no one will believe.
Yeah, she's bad. Here's totally the same woman, Elizabeth.
I don't remember.
I mean, she's your classic capital U, capital W, universal woman.
I think the bride is going to redefine universal women for you. It's little good, little bad that this movie's named after a female character, but she's defined by her role as bride. Oh, you know what, though? Isn't it interesting? Because there's always that annoying discourse. The most annoying person you know will be the first person to remind you that the monster is not named Frankenstein, the doctor is. This movie's called The Bride of Frankenstein. Doesn't that imply that the monster's name is Frankenstein?
Yeah.
The title's clearly not referring to Elizabeth.
You've got Elizabeth, your universal woman, in like a classic universal woman outfit where it's like trimmed with fur and like massive, just a beautiful, massive white satin gown, robe, combination gown / robe. I guess it's supposed to be her wedding gown.
Is it her wedding dress?
But it is a whole mood.
I hope he wakes up and goes, I'm alive.
Henry is alive.
He seems fine all
He
of a sudden.
moved a little.
He's talking.
Dr. Frankenstein is convalescing. He looks great. He's in a little ascot and dressing gown. His back's probably broken, but they've sort of shimmied him into his little clothes. He's really kind of like rubbing his fiance's arms a lot. Yet again, so much hubris here, right? Where she's like, all right, Henry, you just got thrown off of a building. Like, why don't we just give it a rest? And he's like, no, I'm intended to know it. I must know the secret of life.
He thinks God wants him to do this now. Incredible. He has learned absolutely no lesson. He's doing pretty good in this scene. He must have only had clear liquor this day.
Yeah, versus brown liquor. All right, so Henry he's been through it tonight, and his fiance is now like hysterically rolling around on the bed, hallucinating that she's seen like an evil apparition coming for him.
Because I thought when she was talking about seeing this all the time, maybe she meant really the monster coming to terrorize her, but then she's like, there it is in the corner, and there's nothing there. She's just having a psychotic break, perhaps.
Oh yeah, Dr. Pretorius is here. Dr. Pretorius appeared and was like, all right, I gotta go talk to Baron Frankenstein alone. Dr. Pretorius was described as a queer man.
Queer looking.
There is crackling tension here.
And
Tell me you feel it.
Elizabeth is not part of it.
She is not. Dr. Frankenstein went from being essentially, we were told Dr. Frankenstein would never speak or walk again. And now he's just walking around, chatting with Dr. Pretorius.
He seems better than ever, honestly. Ooh, he's 35 here.
He's 35?
That's us.
Holy shit. He looks bad for 35.
Oh, he's an alcoholic. He broke his leg like years ago and it just never healed.
I gotta say, I'm turning 35 this year. You're all invited to my birthday bash. I'm getting a children's magician. I can't wait. This guy does not look 35.
I hope someone shows up. I hope Dean flies in. I hope
Dean, fly in.
Nina B drives up.
If you're a super fan, you're invited.
So I guess just the idea here, Dr. Pretorius, who no one's ever heard of before, never been mentioned before, was his mentor who maybe put this idea in his head in the first place.
Yeah, the guy.
We can conveniently scapegoat him a little bit. Interesting, though, because it's like, I find it a little more believable that there's one mad scientist who's got a kind of a wild idea with no one to check him. But here they were working together, I guess.
Professor Pretorius really sucked down that gin. He was just like...
He warned us it's his only weakness.
That's a lot of gin that he just sucked down. But that's like probably the amount of gin that in the 30s you just had when you got up, you know?
You got up.
You were like, I'm up. Might as well have my gin.
Wow. What is that piece of neckwear?
It's like an ascot situation.
But it's going
right?
down from his neck all the way to his zipper on his pants, basically.
Big ascot. All right. So Professor Pretorius is bringing out something.
Like a little child coffin?
It looks like a kid coffin. What you been up to, you guy? Look at that little hat he's wearing,
What is he doing?
It's like a big yarmulke. Professor Pretorius has made like tiny people.
Little like 12-inch tall
humans?
Living beings? What? So there's just little people running around now.
They're like Lilliputian. They're like 10 inches tall, maybe less. But they made this king and queen, and then the king is like obsessed with the queen. He's trying to like break the glass on the container. They have to keep them separate.
He's picking them up with tweezers. This is so weird.
The effect, though, is, I would say, pretty good for 35, right?
Yeah,
What year is it? 35?
Yeah, 1935.
He just keeps taking out these little jars with people in them. Like, why? There is not a lot of movie here. You know?
We don't have time for this. But I guess the point is he's been able to create life too, but instead of a big lumbering monster, they're little tiny people. Here's a mermaid. Right, he's laying it all out here. He's like, I can make really good people, but I can't make them big. You can make really bad people, but they're huge. Maybe we can work together.
Okay. So
I grew my creatures from seed. Right, so in the movie, it's not the monster's demand for the mate. It's Dr. Pretorius's idea.
Frankenstein's just wandering through the Alpine highlands eating a carrot.
Don't you mean the monster?
Oh, excuse me. Frankenstein's monster is wandering through the Alpine highlands eating a carrot.
He ripped the carrot out of the ground.
My question, though, is if you make a little video and I say Frankenstein, will we get more engagement because I am wrong?
Yes, that's the secret to social media engagement.
You know what? I'm going out on a limb here. I'm kind of being vulnerable. I'm not gonna lie. I too have had a Frankenstein's monster moment where I look at my reflection and I'm just like, oh, I'm just so ugly.
Oh, darling.
You ever been that? You ever felt that?
No, I have great self-esteem.
You know, I think it may have been hormonal.
Oh.
Look, okay, so there's a little shepherdess here, little sheep herder. She saw Frankenstein's monster kind of wandering in the mountains, and she fainted and fell in the water.
And he saved her.
her.
In a reversal of when he drowned that little girl. He knows about drowning now.
Now these guys are shooting at him.
He took a bullet in the arm.
Look at those little sheeps, though. This town loves nothing more than to move as one kind of amorphous mob. Like one guy was supposed to run and tell the Burgermeister, but now the whole town is there.
Like 50 of them all running up simultaneously. Did he really just hide behind a rock?
Yeah.
Oh, no, they got him. Oh,
All right, so they've locked the monster away in what they think is a pretty secure configuration, and he just ripped his chains out of the ground.
like instantly. It took him 3 seconds. They've just been filling him up with bullets,
I love watching the monster destroy all of this
ripping doors off
Chase
their
them.
hinges.
those huge shoes.
It is worth noting, I don't think this was here when we watched Frankenstein 1. There's a piece of artwork in this room that we record in of this image, this version of Frankenstein riding a children's three-wheeler.
It's called the tricycle.
Riding a children's tricycle.
Yep, that's what I want for Frankenstein. You know, that's what I want for the
Happily pedal his
monster.
tricycle.
Yeah, I want him to enjoy his life. I just love that they have these little girls are all coming out of like, I don't know, is it like Bible school or like something? They're all in like little white dresses and veils. Like the most vulnerable, right? Like the most vulnerable little girls looking like so fragile. Here's some Roma people in the woods.
Can't he just put on a bandana and join this crew? Oh, no.
Just wants their Cornish game hen. All right, here's a blind old peasant playing beautiful music.
The subtitles
We
on.
watch everything with subtitles, and the subtitle for the moment that the monster is looking through the window, listening through this peasant play beautiful music, is just in parentheses, small grunts of pleasure.
I'm going to make a version of this where instead of his normal grunts, it's Tim Allen doing his noise. I don't think it would make that much of a difference.
Here's a blind peasant again, playing his music. He's wearing Tivas, the first Tiva ever made. Look at him.
Bring back the hour and 14-minute movie runtime.
Let me tell you. All right, so here's this very kind, trusting peasant.
What makes you call him a peasant? He has a house.
He's an older gentleman. I guess he's in a robe, like a sleep robe.
I think his official credit is the hermit.
What a trauma-informed hermit. He's like, it's okay. Like, no one's going to hurt you here. I'm here for you. I want you to come in and be safe. Come inside. He has like a nice, gentle voice.
We don't deserve the hermit.
We don't deserve the hermit. I'm actually like, I'm a little teary-eyed from the hermit. I'm not gonna lie. May we all treat others like the hermit from The Bride of Frankenstein. Oh my god, he's gonna burn his lips. The hermit ladled out some steaming hot soup, and the monster is just slurping it down.
I don't know that all his nerve endings got hooked up correctly.
Yeah, maybe.
He also is burnt, so maybe the feeling's lost.
Like, we are literally moments away from the hermit giving the monster like a forehead kiss. You know, he's tucked him into bed. He's like thanking God that he has a friend now. Like, I'm like tearing up. I'm not gonna lie. Are they gonna sleep in like a little pile, like two puppies? Like, what's
I think he gave him his bed.
Gave him his bed.
Probably gonna go sleep in a chair. Even the monster's tearing. Oh, look, the monster shed one big tear. Why do we need a bride? We don't need to introduce a bride to this situation.
This is a story of gentle male friendship. So now the monster, after the hermit's tutelage, can say different words like bread and drink.
I love the way he took that half of a beautiful loaf of rustic bread and just bit right out of the middle.
All right, so now the hermit is using his a classic DARE program peer pressure to make Frankenstein smoke a cigar.
The monster at first is like, no, smoking
like-
bad. And he's like, no, this is the best thing ever. Look how much the monster's enjoying smoking.
It's brought to you by Chesterfield.
It's really weird hearing the monster talk.
We could have just lived our life happily, right?
Yeah, if the movie ended right now,
Yeah.
ignoring whatever Dr. Pretorius and Henry Victor Frankenstein are doing, the monster and the hermit are having a great life. They're smoking absolutely nonstop chain smoking, playing some beautiful violin music. What a scene to stumble in on. Oh, man.
These two hunters really blew up Frankenstein's spot. Now the cabin's on fire.
Yeah, where's the hermit gonna live?
Frankenstein's monster is kind of doing this like despondent gesticulating where he just like gestures widely at everything and he just looks so sad, and that's 2025 in a nutshell.
That's you stumbling around
Just
this year.
just gesturing kind of broadly at everything around me. It's fine.
You know, I've never been to a real cemetery with giant angel statues, but I would like to go. This place looks moody as hell.
I feel so deeply for the monster, you know?
He
Like
didn't
it's
ask
like
to
you
be
almost
made.
and it's like you almost rather like just not have a friend then, you know?
Yeah, then have your friend
To
get
have him like
taken away
ripped
so
from you,
fast.
you know?
Yeah.
He just crawled into a grave.
It's like, could he go one day without an angry mob chasing him?
The only saving grace is that this is a smaller mob than usual.
I still can't get over those little people in jars.
I'm still a bit confused about that
Like,
one, but
I
here
understand
we
that
are.
we've suspended our disbelief that you could make a monster out of cadavers, but that's a different kind of suspension of disbelief. Right, by complete coincidence, Dr. Pretorius is going to run into the monster.
They're kind of in this like underground crypt now. Frankenstein's monster has gone down here to hide.
Is he eating his lunch down here?
Yeah, he brought like his little plowman's lunch down to the crypt.
Dr. Pretorius is just so twisted.
He's such a sick and twisted guy.
He loves hanging out in the mausoleum. This monster loves smoking and drinking.
He's a bon vivant. It was the 30s. If you weren't smoking and drinking,
Here he is, drinking his wine, not really savoring it. I feel like it would take a lot of wine to start to affect.
so all of a sudden the monster can talk. He has a mid-Atlantic accent.
I want friend.
It's really jumping to conclusions here. What if the bride doesn't like him?
Another fur. What is that? A muff?
That's just a fur trimmed coat, and it's beautiful.
Elizabeth Frankenstein's
the
outfits.
amount of fur on this shawl collar coat is.
Oh, it's on the bottom too.
Oh.
It's around her neck, and there's one along the bottom.
I do not approve of fur farming, the use of fur, but that fur is luxurious looking. Wow.
And what a cool hat too she had.
For a movie called The Bride of Frankenstein, I have not seen The Bride of Frankenstein yet.
And we're
More than halfway
45
done.
minutes into the hour and 15-minute runtime. Yeah, and all we have is a brain so far and some bones to put her in. A little confused.
Where'd
how
we
he's
get
gonna
the
make
brain
skin.
from?
He made it from a culture, like he did the little people.
All right, so the monster has now kidnapped Elizabeth, and her fabulous furs.
I want to see the monster wearing her coat.
The monster has kidnapped Elizabeth to ensure that Baron Frankenstein creates the...
Yeah, it's like
The bride.
I got your bride, you make me a bride. Trade you a bride for a bride.
They did a classic Universal bat
Yeah,
in the
look.
cave. They're in like this little cave lair, and they did just one flappy leftover Dracula bat in the cave just for a second. Incredible.
Just for some cave ambiance.
Yeah.
Dr. Pretorius has the largest, most sciencey looking lab equipment I've ever seen in my
Oh,
life.
yeah. Just a massive Erlenmeyer flask for no reason.
Bigger than his head.
Why?
He's doing science, Kate. Forbidden science.
Oh, here's frickin' Dr. Frankenstein, so upset that he has to go make a woman and make life, but then he's all pumped up because the heart's beating. He can't stay away. I gotta ask. I need reassurance here. I don't look like that, right? We're both I'm almost 35, and that man is 35.
Kate, he was living hard.
Okay.
And it was the 30s.
No moisturizer, no sunscreen, right? Weird diet,
Right.
right?
Which means 4 years earlier in the original Frankenstein, he was 31, younger than we are now.
Right, they've drugged him with something.
What'd they give him?
I don't know. That's what we call a 1930s night-night.
I thought I heard the most rolled R's possible from Lord Byron, but here's Dr. Pretorius. Every shot now is on an angle.
Yeah, it's very odd, right?
Look at that tilt.
Is it supposed to make us feel uneasy? Like, I don't...
Yeah.
I guess.
As they get more into the madness of doing this, so the camera has become more and more
We're basically
unbalanced.
fully sideways at this point.
I'm gonna barf. What if there was no storm? What is weather forecasting like in the 1930s?
They're
Also,
like-
does this take place earlier than the 1930s? I never understand. But
I think it takes place in like 1899.
right? So, I mean, it could be a while between thunderstorms,
Yeah.
right? Like weeks could go by, maybe more. All right, I don't know if I fully understand how exactly they made the bride. It seems like she's not all cadaver parts. Some of her was grown using Pretorius's method, but they needed to go get a heart.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah, I don't know. When's the last time you flew a kite?
Oh, man.
We should do that. Here she is.
Just hooking her up to the electrodes. The storm has begun, though. They really should have done this like 15 to 20 minutes ago. They could easily be electrocuted right now.
Yeah, why did they wait? I guess they were like, we don't know if it's going to storm, but why not just leave this out all the time?
Right? A lot of really creative lighting choices here. I like some of them. I don't like all of them.
There's a lot of different lights and diodes and stuff going off. Yeah.
Explosions.
So the big secret to creating man-made life is just a lot of electricity.
Just like a lot.
That's how it works in these movies, huh?
This is really chaotic right now.
Yeah, they're trying to do the big lightning thing to the bride. The monster woke up after being drugged, and for some reason he wants to kill the henchman. Why? Doesn't he want the bride?
I don't know.
Has he had a change of heart? Yeah, why would he go kill that guy? The music changed from like cool dramatic music to like the I Love Lucy theme. Luckily, moments ago, the henchman the monster killed murdered a lady to steal her heart, so we don't have to even feel a little bad that he just got thrown off this tower. Thank you, James Whale and company, for not making me have to think about a moral stance. I did not realize how long they were going to make us wait, but here she is.
Here she is. She's moving her hand.
He said the thing. I can't believe they made him say, she's alive, alive, in the exact same cadence as before.
It's all he knows how to do.
In the first one, he said, it's alive.
I like that they've created this woman out of the ether, and they took the time to put false eyelashes on her and apply eye makeup to her little corpse.
Yeah, come on.
They were like, she can't be fugly when she comes to. Yes.
Wow.
Iconic.
A little bit of stitching, but not as bad as the...
Well, they couldn't put what's-her-name in the movie after she got a scar on her face.
Yeah.
So they were like, they should have just let her play the Bride of Frankenstein.
Pretorius just said the title of the movie, The Bride of Frankenstein, which
movie
again...
over in 1 second.
Means that we're now calling the monster Frankenstein. I think this movie justifies
the use of Frankenstein
as the name for the monster.
Yeah. They've got her in this like very kind of powerful drapey dress. Mm-hmm. It makes her shoulders look huge, like great big shoulder pads. It's a very powerful outfit. And a really beautiful frizzy wig with the stripe on it.
The monster is punching up.
Oh, absolutely. And she's tall too. Look.
She should be like, ew, that's rough.
Rejected.
She saw him and screamed in disgust. All right, here we go.
Look, he's giving her hand cute little pats.
Uh-oh. Frankenstein's going...
He's going full incel.
Yeah, this isn't good. He's about to start a podcast.
He was like, she hates me like others.
All women hate me.
Females worst. Females bad.
Okay, so conveniently, there's a lever in the lab that the monster could pull to blow the whole lab up. I mean, it is.
I mean, yeah.
What was the point of... Why is that lever in there?
It's the self-destruct lever, just in case something goes bad, you know?
Wow.
Really blew... It just absolutely blew the tower to smithereens. Like, there's nothing left.
It's just a pile of bricks.
Rubble. That's it.
With Pretorius, the monster, and the bride inside. Do you still want to get married, darling?
They got married.
Oh my God, no.
Yes.
No. Not again.
So the Bride of Frankenstein appeared for like 7.5 minutes, I think.
Wow.
I should have started a timer when she showed up.
She hissed and growled and screamed at the monster for a couple times.
And he was rejected, and...
So he killed himself and her and Pretorius. That's not good. Wow. Why'd the bride have to die?
I know. She didn't do anything.
But I guess, if her life would be like the monster's, he didn't really want to be
yeah.
alive. And then the movie ended immediately.
Immediately. Classic
Holy
Universal
smokes.
monsters.
She's alive. Alive!
Wherever I read when I made these notes that this is considered one of the greatest sequels of all time, I don't know if I agree with that.
Oh, I liked it.
Okay, what'd you think?
Here's my positive. Definitely super queer coded. Enjoyed that. Enjoyed that it was made by an openly gay director. Director. Here are my things I did not enjoy. Realizing that Dr. Frankenstein is the same age as me and he looks bad. Do I look bad?
No.
I don't know. That really threw me for a loop. The fact that our boss bitch Bride of Frankenstein only appears for like literally 7 minutes and 40 seconds at the end of the movie and doesn't even get to talk. That kind of stinks. Here's some other things I liked. The costumes that Elizabeth gets to wear, great. Dr. Pretorius's little hat, also great. That weird moment where he made a bunch of little people.
And then we never revisited that.
Revisited it.
Like those people didn't, it wasn't like Chekhov's people.
No. Enjoyed that. Here is one more thing I did not enjoy. That one actor who was just like hysterical the whole time.
Her name in the movie's Minnie.
Minnie.
She's like one of the servants in,
She was
in
a lot.
the Frankenstein Manor. Yeah. Just literally screaming at the top of
I
her
thought
lungs.
I thought it was fun, but I wish there was more Bride of Frankenstein.
Yes, I agree. I really
Bride.
was surprised to see how little Bride we got there.
Justice for Bride.
Right at the very end, with such an iconic look, we really see so little of her. I thought it was okay. I really felt like there was no reason for this to exist. Maybe I'm biased because I read the book so recently too, so it's very fresh in my mind. But like to take away in the book the whole reason for her to be made with the monster demanding it and stuff was very powerful to me. A good exploration of the monster and his psyche and his experience. Where here Pretorius comes up with the idea. The monster really, I liked the parts where the monster and the hermit are together. The monster's learning to be a person.
I forgot to include
he has a
that.
friend. Those parts are great.
That was great. Yeah.
I wanted more of that. I just didn't feel like I got quite enough of anything I was looking for here, if that makes sense.
Heard.
I wanted more bride, more exploration of the monster's experience.
More hermit.
Yeah, much more hermit. Instead, it's like the monster gets chased like 3 to 4 times by an angry mob. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Justice for hermit.
So I just thought this kind of like took a couple good ideas from the book, but stripped away so much of the context from them. The bride, the hermit, those things that, I don't know. I kind of felt like, why does this exist other than money? Which I know is why all movies exist, but I like the first one a lot better.
I did like the first one a lot.
All right. Well, still fun to watch. Still good to see her with her amazing hair at the end there.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, fun makeup, great dress. And just love that they took a little time to put some makeup on that corpse. Make her pretty.
That was interesting. We're going to watch another oldie but a goodie next week, and we'll just inch 1 week closer to Halloween.
3 more weeks till Halloween, Halloween, Halloween.
I think it is 3 more weeks till
Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Hopefully everyone out there
kids.
is enjoying our little spooky season episodes. So tune in next week.
Goodbye.